Hi, this is Anne. This is for our group with Jen, Matt, and Tanda. We're going to do the 2014 budget role play. So we'll start right now. Hi, Jen. We're going to go over the prior year's expenses, and we're going to try to cut it by 10%. This was actually given by senior management that they need to cut costs. So let's go through our expenses. I've already went through and pulled the prior year's data into the 2014 budgets. We're going to go ahead and look at each line item unless you have any objections or suggestions going forward, but we do need to cut 10% of your expenses this year.
Goodness. So 10%, we're looking at about $150,000.
About, yeah, like 156,000.
Ouch. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do.
All
Let's
right.
just look at it together. Maybe we can figure this out.
Okay. So the first line item is the salary. And do you foresee any layoffs or raises in 2014?
Well, typically we have about a 5% increase across the board on salaries, and I do expect that we probably will have the exact same increase happening next year.
Okay.
We do have one intern that is with us that we are have been paying, and that will be through June. So starting July, we would be decreasing that salary of about 30,000.
Okay. So that's 30,000 annual.
Yeah, it's about 2,500 a month.
Okay.
On that guy.
All right.
I'm not sure if that reduces. Looks like I increased.
It reduced it by 2,500 from July through December.
But I increased January through June. So
yeah, so the increase was 5% January through December. So the variance is for the salaries. You're actually spending about $6,500 more. I didn't deduct the payroll taxes yet, so let me calculate that really quick. And so that
all right, we're going the wrong way.
Yes, we are. So we have about $150,000 to cut at this point. So do you see any other areas that we can cut without jeopardizing the marketing program?
This is a hard thing because sales are so dependent upon our marketing efforts. It's tough to look at one thing in general. However, things have been shifting from direct mail to more internet online marketing for us with our clothes that we're that we're marketing. So I would say one area let's look at together is our direct mail production.
Okay.
That's part of that is catalog sales that we are sending out. However, we have an online catalog now, so the price of those catalogs or the direct mail outs probably can be reduced. As you can see, last year we were able to reduce it from February to August in our actuals, and the pricing for that still is going down. So I think that next year, our February mail out, we could probably start around 100 and maybe even 130, and in August move it to 110.
So 130 in February and 110
in
August.
I definitely think we can keep within those parameters now with the market changing.
Okay. We have about $52,000 to go. Is there any other areas that you can cut?
Everything else feels so important to our business. I guess one area that we could probably look at again is the trade shows. We have the large trade show in April where we do our largest booth, and it's a large trade show, but maybe we can downsize the size of that booth and how many team members that we're taking. So maybe we can move that down to around 35,000.
It's getting closer.
Yes.
We have about $36,000 to go to meet our goals.
Okay. Matt and Tanda, what are your thoughts on this?
So I can see you guys traveled a lot last year. Do you guys expect to travel as much this year?
I think that our travel last year was, pretty accurate with what we will be doing this year. January, we could probably cut that back a little bit to more like 1,500. And let's see, where else can we look? Can you look at any other areas that we might be able to, maybe the bonuses, so that they are more in line with, we may just have to do a reduction in bonuses. I know that from July to December that we will have a little bit of a reduction from the intern that we're not going to be continuing to employ. But
Okay.
if we have to, we could keep the bonuses, the same or even reduce them if it comes down to that. Because bonuses are based on revenues, and if our revenues aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, that might be where we have to cut.
Yeah. So do you expect revenues to increase by a lot this upcoming year? So do you think your bonuses will stay the same?
I'm thinking that, maybe we may have to, reduce those, just maybe to 17,000. Because everyone's getting the raise, so, we have to keep within the budget. So we may have to, that's one area that we, have a little control over, where, the advertising is what increases our revenues. So we really need to keep that in line. How are we doing on our percentage at this point? And can you help us out, because we can't see the screen?
$30,000.
So we need to cut 30,000 still?
Correct.
Okay. Matt, what is your suggestions? As the analyst, what would you recommend?
Well, I think we can cut the advertising down a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's still going to be high, but I think we can cut that down a little bit more.
Maybe in May.
Yeah.
Could we cut that by 20,000 perhaps?
That sounds reasonable.
So then we have another, and
$10,400.
Okay.
Can you say that again?
$10,400.
So another area that I was looking at, for your meals and entertainment, do you expect to go out as much as you guys did last year?
We could put a cap on that, I guess, if we needed to. Since this is our preliminary meeting, we can make more decisions at a later time. Let's see. Did we address the direct mail production already?
We did. We reduced February and August, but if
Okay.
you feel like we need to reduce further, because Jen did mention we're going online, so
Right. So what if we took another 10 out of the February? Where would we be? What's the total there? 120?
we're off by $433. So it's pretty darn
Okay.
close.
That's pretty good. So this is a good preliminary meeting. I think that we'll have to come back again and relook at this.
I agree.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.